Franco, let's start with you. We have a positive ID, a homicide victim named Thomas Baker. He was identified by a GH staff member who witnessed an altercation between you and Mr. Baker in the hospital on the night of December 1st. Do you recall that incident?
Sure, that happened.
Do you recall that you threatened his life during that incident?
No, he doesn't have to answer that.
It's okay. I mean, everyone was there, everyone saw, everyone heard. Yeah, I threatened him. Elizabeth saw that happen, so did Dr. Father Monroe.
Do you recall what you said?
Not specifically, but I threatened the guy's life, so it was probably something along the lines of, you stay the hell away from Elizabeth or I will kill you.
Did Baker make contact with you after his release?
Yes, he did.
Did he threaten you?
Not in any way the police would take seriously.
So it was implied.
Absolutely.
Why was he at the hospital that day?
He had a construction job.
Yeah, he claimed he didn't know he had the job until an hour before he got there. He claimed that he never had any intention of ever going near Elizabeth again. Now, would you buy that?
What do you think his motives were for being in the hospital?
My client is not Kreskin, the mind reader.
I'm not asking him to read minds, Scott. We're not in court. I just want him to speculate a little bit.
No, I'll speculate. I don't know what Tom Baker was thinking, but I think I know what he might have been thinking. I think he wanted to be at the hospital because he wanted to go near Elizabeth, because he wanted to hurt her again. But he wanted to do it in a way that was completely legitimate so that there were no complaints against him. It's classic, straightforward predator behavior.
And you weren't buying that?
No. So I blew it, and I grabbed the guy, and I threatened him, and I'm not sorry. I don't regret telling Tom Baker to stay away from Elizabeth. I need to point out, though, that threats are very different from actions.
That's true. But someone killed Tom Baker, and you made a declaration to do just that.
I don't know anything about Tom Baker's death other than what you just told me, okay? I had a fight with the guy weeks ago. It means nothing. I don't know why we're wasting our time talking about this.
We're not wasting our time. You had a fight with the guy a month before he was found murdered. We're gathering information right now. Excuse me a second. I gotta take this. I'll be right back.
How'd I do?
Well, in the legal trade, there's a Latin phrase that comes to mind. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Shut up, you dummy.
Doesn't sound like Latin to me.
Now, listen. You cannot speak to the police. It will be used against you. You need to zip it up when Dante comes back in here, okay? Now, I do appreciate, Elizabeth, that you got my son's back. You've always been a good girl.
Anytime.
Well, listen, I'm gonna go out, badger Dante, see if I can end this inquisition. I'll be back.
Hi.
That fight you had with Tom in the hospital, it may not mean anything in and of itself. But there's something you're not telling Dante. Something you started to tell me.